I'm Dave Gardy here in the studios of FedEd TV and FOSE TV for the FOSE GOVSEC TV pre-event webcast in preparation for February 17th. And with me on the phone is Ahmet Houssein again from Virtensys. He's the CEO of the company. Thank you for joining us, Ahmet.
Thank you.
Ahmet, in our first discussion, you talked a little bit about I/O virtualization and gave us an overview about that technology. And since that time, you've started to ship product. Can you give us, our audience, a little more information about the product and services now that Virtensys is offering?
Yes, we are now shipping our product to our primary distributor partner in the U.S., ProMark. Our first offering is a family of products called the VIA 4000 series. And in this product, we include the VIA 4001, which is a rack-mounted I/O virtualization switch, which provides high-performance LAN and SAN connectivity to up to 16 servers. And our second version of a product is called VIA 4008, and this adds capability of directly attached virtualized storage to the switch. Now, with both of these products, we feel that we cover majority of the targets and the market segments that we're going after. So we think every data center in the industry should be able to take advantage of these switches, irrelevant of what application and what usage models they take.
Now, Ahmet, one of the prior takeaways from our previous discussion was how that significant savings are achievable with the use of your products. Can you give us an overview of how those specific savings are achievable?
Yes, so the way to look at our product is that we basically take your existing I/O resources that are connected inside your servers and the various types of switches, and we consolidate these into a single device that can go on the top of your rack. The result of this is that there is less hardware components. And of course, the impact of this is now that you can dramatically reduce the power and cooling needs that are there for people who use this architecture and switch. And secondly, each one of these systems, because it eliminates hardware, it's also a lower cost in both support and maintenance. It also simplifies the amount of manpower is required to maintain these switches because there's less of them in basic fact. I think additionally, these switches provide capital expense reduction because you've got less equipment, you're buying less. But one of the key things that we talk about our savings is what it does to you in long term. Once you install one of our switches on the top of your rack, we call this the wire once. So once you've installed our switch and wired up your servers to this switch, now you can take advantage of any changes in I/O demand and bandwidth requirement without having to rewire all your servers and all your networks by just simply creating virtual instances of the I/O resources as and when you need it.
Well, in less sophisticated environments, are there savings to be realized, like where, for instance, there's no 10 gig or fiber channel where that's not deployed? Do all servers really need all the I/O also?
Well, there's two things to think about here. First of all is what's happening with I/O demand over the last several years. The introduction of virtualized operating systems on servers today is significantly changing the landscape of I/O demands. As you virtualize and optimize servers, then their ability to run larger workloads increase dramatically. So therefore, as workloads on a single hardware platform increases, the need for I/O increases. Gartner reports that 28% of the servers this year, going to 48% by 2012, will be virtualized in one way or another. So one aspect is that we think people who need to be able to take advantage of the virtualized environment but don't want to deploy large, sophisticated 10 gig networks, with our switch, you can simplify that environment by taking one of our switches with 10 gig capabilities and wiring it once and connecting it up, and the benefits are clearly realized. The second aspect is that, our entry point where this can become beneficial to anybody who's running a rack of servers. Any time you add 5 or 6 racks of servers, when you add 5 or 6 servers to a rack, you basically start to see immediate benefits through our I/O virtualization switch versus a typical standard deployment that you may do with fiber channel and Ethernet switches.
Now, with regards to your future products, you indicated last time that you were looking at entering the blade server market as well. Now, what are some of the I/O virtualization benefits for the blade server sector, and could you tell us a little bit about your future plans there?
Yeah. The blade server segment is a very rapidly growing segment for the servers. I think by this year, they're expecting to ship 20% of servers are blade-based. And our technology is a perfect fit for this class, where you have a group of blade servers. Their benefits are associated around being in a single chassis and physically all connected together. With our switch, a single switch in the back of a blade server would give you dramatic benefits, as we discussed before. So it would simplify your blade configurations. You don't have to carry I/O devices on every one of your blades. You don't have to have a storage disk on every one of your blades. It could all be centralized through our switch. So we see this as a very important technology to enable blade servers throughout the industry. And as a part of our approach there, we have blade versions of our switches that will be made available in the near future. So the same one that you would get for your rack servers, you can now buy for your blade servers.
Excellent. Well, thanks again, Ahmet. And remember that you can visit Ahmet and the Virtensys team and see some of these products at booth 2423 at FOSE in March. And the website is virtensys.com. That's virtensys.com. Is that correct, Ahmet?
That is very correct.
Okay, so virtensys.com, virtensys. Take a look at it and make sure you check out booth 2423 at FOSE. I'm Dave Gardy here live for our pre-event webcast in preparation for the February 17th webcast for FOSE TV. Stay tuned for more.